the planets are fun, let's sort them into Hogwarts houses. I'm going to base this on nothing but the vibe and impression each planet gives me. There is no science here, only facts, thank you. Also, I will not be doing any joint houses, so no Slytherpuffs or Gryffindors. Those have always annoyed me, like pick a struggle. So, first up, Mercury. Mercury is probably the trickiest of the planets to sort into a house. Mercury is very forgettable, in my opinion, despite the fact it probably does the most for the other planets. It is the closest planet to the sun, so when the sun eventually does blow up, it'll be the first to know. But also, I do think Mercury is a very pleasant planet. Like, it seems very neutral, but also super loyal. Like, if the sun did blow up, it would definitely go out of its way to let the other planets know as soon as possible, even though it's being incinerated, if that makes sense. Which is very Hufflepuff, if you ask me. Venus. Venus seems like the type of planet that just watches the other planets doing dumb stuff and just remains unbothered. It gives me Ravenclaw vibes, but I don't think it's like a Luna Lovegood type Ravenclaw. I feel like Venus can also be a little cruel sometimes. Like if Mercury were to ask them for help with homework, I think that Venus would just laugh in their face first and then would help them, and they maybe wouldn't even realise that they were being so hurtful towards Mercury, but they still were, so they're not that great. So yeah, Venus is a Ravenclaw. Earth. Earth is filled with snakes. Slytherin. Mars. Definitely a Gryffindor. It's red, Gryffindor's red. Mars is definitely blunt, straight to the point, but would also fight anyone who tries it with any of its friends, which, if anybody was interested, Mars's best friends are Mercury and Uranus. Sorry, I don't make the rules. So, Mars is clearly a valiant Gryffindor. Also, quick side note, why is it that those sorting hat quizzes are always so specific? It's always like, describe yourself. Brave and bold, really clever, boring, or I'm such a snake. Anyways, Jupiter. Jupiter gives me Gryffindor vibes. Like, Jupiter definitely thinks it is the main character, and unfortunately, it probably is the main character. It's just so big that it can throw its weight around and face no repercussions, and it's definitely too loud. But I also think Jupiter is a fair planet. Like, it's definitely a little arrogant, but when it comes down to it, it would definitely make the right decisions in the end. So yeah, Gryffindor. Saturn. I think Saturn is just such a Ravenclaw. It just seems clever and sophisticated. Look, it's even wearing a monocle, so definitely a Ravenclaw. Uranus. Uranus is, unfortunately, definitely a Hufflepuff. It's the butt of every joke. No one takes it seriously. I just don't feel like Uranus has any major assets that it's bringing to the solar system. Sorry. Now on to Neptune. I hate Neptune. By far my least favourite planet. Neptune and Uranus are definitely brothers. I mean, just look at the resemblance. But Neptune is definitely the older brother that is so bossy and cruel to Uranus. Definitely the type of planet that doesn't take responsibility for anything and just blames everything on everyone else, mostly his brother Uranus. So just an all-around awful planet. So for me, Neptune is definitely a Slytherin. Cunning, check. Manipulative, check. Snake-like, check. Definitely a Slytherin. Pluto. Pluto will always be a planet in my heart, and I know the science people are always changing their mind over whether it's a planet or not, and if I'm honest, I don't care, because I know she just is. This might be controversial, but I think Pluto is a Gryffindor, but hear me out. Not like a Harry Potter type Gryffindor, but like a Neville Longbottom Gryffindor. Like, they are underestimated, are taken as a bit of a joke, but I think Pluto will definitely get their redemption arc soon. I also do feel quite sorry for Pluto, not because it's barely considered a planet, but because it has to live so close to Neptune. F*** Neptune.